What is up, everyone? Hope you guys are doing well, staying safe, staying healthy, out of harm's way. Hope everyone had a good week, or as good a week as can be expected. And whew, what a week it has been. So I wanted to hop on here real quick and give you guys an update as to what's been going on in the world of Amazon selling, and also let you know how my business has been affected and what I'm doing to stem the tide of the coronavirus as it pertains to my business, and hopefully make the most out of this situation, take advantage of this situation, as much as possible, and hopefully come out of the other end of this thing with a much stronger and more profitable Amazon wholesale business. I guess I'll start by giving you guys an update as to what's going on in my own Amazon business. So, as some of you probably already know, I run multiple Amazon FBA businesses. We have 2 separate warehouses, over 10 employees. We sell in both the US and on Amazon in Europe. And being located in literally the epicenter of the coronavirus in the US, there are a lot of changes and issues that I'm having to deal with. But as I like to say all the time, this is literally the definition and the game plan of how one becomes a successful Amazon seller. This business is all about dealing with adversity, jumping over hurdles, diving through hoops, figuring shit out. And if you can do all of that long enough, you will become a successful Amazon seller. So, about a week ago, guys, Amazon announced that they are temporarily suspending all inbound shipments for non-essential products to Amazon fulfillment centers. So what exactly are essential products? If you are selling items in the categories of grocery, health, beauty, personal care, sports nutrition, supplements, pet supplies, all those kind of products that people need now more than ever, those products are good to go. For the most part, all of that stuff can be kept being sent into Amazon. Now, obviously, everyone is at home. People are under quarantine. No one wants to go to stores. Entire states are locked down. So the amount of sales and traffic that Amazon is getting right now, it's insane. It's literally like Prime Day every single day, but probably even more so. And to keep up with that demand, Amazon said, look, we can't handle all of these orders, so we're going to prioritize only the essentials to make sure that people can get what they really need in this time of crisis. Now, in the US, over 80% of my sales comes from electronics. We sell high-ticket electronics, laptops, tablets, phones, that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, no one is really running out and buying new phones right now. And Amazon is not letting us ship more products to replenish our inventory levels. So last week, we had a shipment that was getting ready to ship to Amazon FBA. It was all electronics, and Amazon said, basically, you can't ship these into us until April 7th. Okay, no big deal. That's only 2-3 weeks away. We'll do what we gotta do. We'll ship when we can, because what can you do, right? Now, I'll tell you guys, in my opinion, I would say there's probably a 60-70% chance that Amazon is going to extend those restrictions until probably the end of April at the earliest. I don't see the coronavirus slowing down in the next 2 weeks. I don't see demand dropping in the next 2 weeks. So I don't really have any reason to believe that Amazon is going to let us ship products in early April. But what we're doing and what you should be doing if you have inventory that's ready to ship into Amazon is get it prepped, get it ready to go, so the second Amazon lifts these restrictions, you can get your shipments out to them. Another option that you can consider doing is merchant fulfilled shipping. Sit down, crunch the numbers, and see if it makes sense, if it's profitable to ship some of your restricted items to customers directly. There is definitely a demand for that, and in some cases with ground shipping, maybe it will make sense, but for our particular products, it didn't. Now, as the situation changed and the demand started to increase and more states and practically the whole country went into lockdown, not only did Amazon block us from sending in more inventory, they also stopped shipping out non-essential items so that they can keep up with the demand and ship out all the essential stuff. So on a lot of our items, even though they're at Amazon, even though they're in FBA and they're Prime, they now show a delivery date of April 21st. So pretty big disruption to our US business. Can't ship products in. Amazon won't ship products out. Our sales are down pretty significantly. And what can you do other than, roll with the punches? Now, on the other side of the coin, we also sell in Europe. And our European FBA business, it looks much different than our US FBA business. So in Europe, with the exception of some toys, 90% of the products we sell there are the essentials. Grocery products, health products, beauty, pet supply, all that stuff. And with Europe being a few weeks ahead of the US in terms of the coronavirus and having been locked down even earlier, the sales in Europe for us have never been better. Right now, which is typically the slowest time of the year, but because these aren't typical times, we're selling like every day like it's prime Q4 each and every single day. Like we can't restock or keep things in stock long enough. The stuff is just literally flying off of the shelves in all of the European marketplaces. UK, Germany, Italy, France, Spain, it's nuts. So that's the positive, and we're trying to make the best of it, but on the downside, even though we're selling more than we ever have in Europe, the currency conversion between the US dollar and the British pound literally fell off of a cliff in the last 2 weeks. When we sell these products in pounds and in euros, a big piece to how we make a lot of money in Europe is getting paid in pounds, getting paid in euros. And a few weeks ago, the conversion rate was almost $1.30 to every pound, and recently that dropped to as low as $1.15. So what that means for us is, even if the price of a product did not change on Amazon, the amount of profit that we would make on it dropped. And when you get a disbursement from Amazon, when you convert that disbursement into dollars, now we're getting less money. And some of the items that used to be profitable at a 1.3 conversion, for example, are no longer profitable at 116, 117. So we stopped reordering them. But even with the lower pound, we're still making more money than ever before in Europe, just due to the sheer increase in volume. And as other sellers are starting to run out of inventory and the demand in Europe increases, the prices of these products are going up. So we are actually making more, even with a lower pound, than ever before. But, and there's always a but, there's always some kind of issue that comes and rains on your parade. So due to air travel being restricted between the US and Europe, our shipping rates have more than quadrupled. So we typically ship our freight to Europe via air cargo, and because of all those restrictions, shipments that would cost us $7,000, for example, are now being quoted north of 20. So that totally sucks, guys, because if we were to ship those products at those prices, it would completely wipe out our profits. So that's the situation. What can you do? What can you do other than adapt, figure it out, come up with a plan, and keep moving forward? This is literally the only thing that you can do when you're dealing with these kind of issues. And as I've said time and time again, being an Amazon seller all boils down to dealing with issues and figuring shit out. So In regards to our shipping issues, and in an effort to keep the ball rolling, we are trying to negotiate with some other air freight companies, and if we can get our shipping down to $2 a unit, then it still might make sense for us to ship air. We'll just have to adjust some of the prices on Amazon, maybe raise our minimum prices, and if that doesn't work, we'll have to pivot to ocean shipping, which is much cheaper than air, but it takes about a little over a month to get stuff to Europe. So we would have to adjust the way we replenish, how much we replenish, when we replenish. But the point is, we are going to do whatever we have to do. We are going to get through this. And when we come out the other side, we are going to come out as a much stronger business, and the e-commerce landscape in general is going to be a much better business, I believe, in the months and years ahead. So I want to give you guys some advice, because I know lots of you are dealing with your own Amazon issues, and I want to try to give you some guidance that I hope will help. Number one, please remember, guys, this too shall pass. Whatever hardship you are dealing with right now in your business, it too will pass, and I can guarantee you guys there will be better days ahead. On the Amazon front, if you are selling products in essential categories, health, beauty, grocery, supplements, all that kind of stuff, you should ramp up production. Order a little more and keep sending those products into Amazon FBA. Now is the time to go hard and keep sending products into Amazon, because it's going to pay off in a big way. I would also advise you guys to look at the items that you currently have in stock now, like lots of stock that you don't really need to replenish yet, but items that are selling very well, and consider ordering more of those items now. Don't wait until you're low on stock. Stock up on your best items now. Increase your quantities, because there's probably a good chance that if you wait, your suppliers are going to run out of stock, and then you'll be shit out of luck when you want to reorder. Now, for those of you guys not in those categories and you can send in your products, here's what I would do. First, check your listings on Amazon, see what prices they're trading at, see what the demand is, because there's a pretty good chance that the demand is high and the prices are up due to lack of availability, and that just might mean it might make sense for you to ship these items yourself using merchant fulfilled. So do that research, because it may be worth it. You don't have to, ship things 2-day shipping. You can look into ground, you can price your items a little higher, and just use RevSeller or the FBA calculator and see if it makes sense to ship out your orders yourself. Otherwise, like I said, get your inventory prepped and ready to go, so that the second Amazon lifts those restrictions, your items are out the door and on their way. Also, if you have staff, if you have a warehouse, it is very important to speak to your staff about proper Corona etiquette, washing their hands as soon as they come into the office, keeping distance from each other, buy them masks if you possibly can. All that kind of stuff is very important. And, lastly, and this is the point that I really want to drive home, now is literally one of the best times ever to prospect for new supplier leads and to call potential suppliers to open accounts, especially if you have some downtime, especially if you're home for the next few weeks, especially if you're trying to grow a wholesale business. Now is the best time to find potential suppliers and to call potential suppliers. How much better off would your business be if you come out the other end of this quarantine with a couple of new accounts or a few hundred potential leads? I will tell you guys from my own experience and the experience of the students in my course right now, suppliers are opening accounts left and right now, and I've never seen suppliers and brand owners more receptive than they've been these last couple of weeks. So if you have the time right now, and most of us do, reach out to that potential supplier that you've been trying to open, or start prospecting leads and getting potential supplier leads, because you don't just want to sit there and be stagnant. You want to grow your business, and there is no better way to grow a business than to find potential suppliers and open those accounts. And I think the reason why it's a little easier to open accounts right now is because we're all in the same boat, right? Everyone is dealing with the coronavirus. Everyone is a little on edge, and we can use this opportunity to bond with the people we are calling on the other end of those phones. When you call those suppliers, ask them how they've been holding up. Ask them how their business has been doing. How has it been affected? How are their families? How are they keeping safe? And use this as an opportunity to bond with those people in a genuine way. I also think that in general, the suppliers and brand owners that we contact are going to be less hesitant to deal with Amazon sellers now and in the future, precisely because of what is going on in the world right now. And we can use that to our advantage when we call these leads. Now more than ever, the whole country, the whole world is relying on Amazon sellers to get people the products that they need. Suppliers that are working with brick and mortar stores, they're watching their purchase orders dry up. Suppliers that ship products directly to Amazon or sell to Amazon directly, they can no longer do that if they're non-essential items. People don't want to leave the house. People don't want to go to stores. And now more than ever, these suppliers, these brand owners will see how important we as e-commerce sellers truly are. So these are all the things that we can use to our advantage in contacting new suppliers. And also another tip, if you're speaking to a supplier in a non-essential category, someone who can't ship products to Amazon, and Amazon is not shipping their products to customers, you as a seller are now more important to them than ever. If you tell them, for example, part of your business model is doing merchant fulfilled and shipping their products directly to customers because no one else is doing that. These are all very good things that we can use to our advantage. So, anyway, guys, the moral of the story is there's always going to be stuff that comes up and gets in our way. If it's not the coronavirus, it'll be an account suspension, you losing a big account, IP complaints, someone kills the prices on your listing, restricted products. There will always be stuff that comes our way, and we have to deal with it, adapt to it. And if you can get through these temporary hurdles, I promise you that you will succeed as an Amazon seller. Finally, I want to end this video by saying this. After this whole craziness comes to an end, and it will come to an end, when we come out the other side of this thing, the landscape for Amazon, for wholesale, for e-commerce in general, it's going to be different. People already buy a lot of stuff on Amazon, obviously, but there are more people buying things on Amazon right now than ever before. And people are shopping for and buying things on Amazon that they normally wouldn't. Things that people used to prefer to buy in retail, now they're buying on Amazon. And there's a tremendous amount of people who weren't even Amazon customers, but now are. That behavior is not going to change when this is all over in the next few months. I believe when it's all said and done, e-commerce is going to experience a boom and retail is going to take another hit. There will be even more traffic on Amazon. There will be even more sales for your products. And to top it all off, like I said, I believe suppliers are going to be less reluctant to work with Amazon sellers in the future. So this is really, in my opinion, the perfect storm. The perfect time to be an Amazon seller. And if you're new to the business or an aspiring Amazon seller, now is the perfect time to learn, to start, or to focus on growing your business. And I can turn this into a pitch for my Wholesale Academy program, but I'm just going to say that I think a lot of people will be screwed if you guys are relying on typical jobs or brick and mortar businesses for your income. My advice to you is start your own online business ASAP, even if you do it without me. People who are trying to hold on to, like their last little bit of savings until this passes are putting themselves at risk by not investing into themselves, by not investing into an online business. And a lot of people are going to go broke because I think the economical effects of this on regular jobs and on businesses, retail businesses, is going to last for years. Most online shopping categories are up tremendously since people are afraid to go out right now. And there is no better time to start an online business than today. So that being said, what are you waiting for? For those of you who are interested, I am reopening the doors to the Wholesale Academy, which is my super in-depth training program, which includes over 30 hours of content, live mentoring calls with me, and the best community of Amazon wholesale hustlers anywhere in the world. I've been getting lots of people reaching out and DMing me to open my course back up, probably because everyone is stuck at home and realizing that they should own their own online business and be their own boss. So if that's you, if you're interested, click the link below or visit wholesaleacademy.com to enroll today. For everyone else, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a like, give it a share. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and keep hustling. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.